we got our first trailer for Transformers 1. It's an animated movie, which will be a prequel to all the Transformers stuff that we've ever known. They went an interesting direction with it, in my opinion. What did you guys think? Don?
You know, when I was watching it, I did have a lot of mixed emotions because I think the first sticking point with me was that I didn't hear Peter Cullen's voice as Oren Pax.
Yeah.
Um, Beyond that, though, I'm actually really excited about it. I really do. I like that the fact that there doesn't seem to be any human focus, and and admittedly, Transformers is a very, very special property to me. I mean, you know, Optimus Prime. I grew up without a father, so Optimus Prime was a really big influence in my life. So Transformers is just special overall to me. And watching this again outside of the voice, I really, really thought it looked cool. But I am disappointed that it is not Peter Cullen
Do, do
that's
you know
doing
what?
Orin Pax's voice.
Do you know what is so funny about what you just said? I watched the Secret Galaxy um, uh, video on Transformers the movie today. Like I'd seen it before, but it just came up in my feed, and I was just like watching stuff, and so I watched it again, and they said like it's funny the people that writers at the time who worked on the show when they saw the script for the movie and what Hasbro wanted to do, they said you can't kill off Optimus Prime because he's the father figure of the Transformers. And it's just so funny that you just said that you grew up without a father and you look at him as a father figure. Like, yeah, it's true. See, it was the dumbest mistake ever made by a toy company.
But they did bring him back. We
Yeah.
got a new toy. I like that one.
What did you think, John?
Well, going along with your comment, I don't think there is enough death in this movie. Like, if you're going to have a Transformers movie, you are beholden to kill off any beloved character that you can.
No.
No, it's you know what? I could care less about that. It's canon that Orion Pax and Megatron were best buddies way back when. And then his name and the Optimus Prime's name was Orion Pax back then, and Megatron had another name too.
16.
But yeah, so but this one's for kids. This is not, like I would have loved to have seen them do something as serious as they got with like Beast Wars, but without the constant interruption of Hasbro walking up to them, tapping the writers on the shoulder, and saying, "Hey, kill off that character, or and add a new one in, or make this one Transmetal, or we need some more money, make this one Transmetal 2, and we'll put out a new toy." Like, that's what happened with Beast Wars, but they still managed to make the storyline really, really good. This one looks like it. The humor looks like it's going to land like a lead balloon.
It looks like it's a straight up comedy in a lot of ways.
It's a buddy comedy. They're trying to make it a buddy comedy, but I don't know. Like
here's the thing. This movie is made
for kids.
This movie is made for people like Don and me.
No, it's not. It's made for kids.
No, it's made for us to go, "Oh, I grew up loving the Transformers. I'm going to bring my kids to this movie, and they're going to enjoy it, and then they're going to want the toys afterwards." That's the hook. It's like, oh, the parents who grew up watching the Transformers and always wondered, how did Megatron and Optimus become enemies, and how did the Autobots and Decepticons start? Like, here's your answer.
And at that point, Don will explain to his kids, "By the way, when you threw Transformers at somebody when I was a kid, they were made of die-cast metal, and they would knock them out."
Right.
And you know what? To your grandkids, you're going to be explaining to them, "You know what? When I was a kid, our Transformers didn't have electronics in them. They weren't little actual robots. And they didn't try to take over the world, like, during the robot uprising.
If I had the money, I would buy the self-transforming Optimus Prime.
Isn't
right on.
Wouldn't it be funny if we had the robot uprising and little Optimus Primes went around killing people? Like, I mean, but yes,
is the right of all. Freedom's the right of all sentient beings. Pow, pow, pow.
What does that one cost? Like $800?
Yeah,
for the transforming.
It's like 800. They have him and Grimlock, and there's a Bumblebee too, I think. But the Bumblebee, I don't think transforms. So
worth it. You ever try to transform one of those motherfuckers? Like, it could be pretty hard.
They had an Ironhide too, the original experimental ones that they had. And I think they've got 2 sizes of Optimus Prime now too.
All right. Well, my 50th birthday is coming up, so if anyone watching this wants to get me something self-transforming Optimus Prime, and I'll be for eternal grateful.
Yeah, sure, $800.
But seriously, before we move along, I do have to say this though. I think the one thing that we're not focusing on is the fact that this series sells the tragedy of Optimus Prime versus Megatron.
Well, this is a movie, right? Not a.
Yes,
This is a movie, so not a series.
Oh.
But you're right. I get it.
If you look at the first Michael Bay Transformer, like you see like when Optimus Prime defeats Megatron, he calls him brother.
You can tell which one was which. in Michael Bay stuff.
You could, because Optimus was red with the flames and all, but yeah, all the other ones were gray and black and spiky. But so to me though, that's where it kind of gets me. I don't think the overall masses have been sold on the tragedy of Megatron versus Optimus Prime, Autobots versus Decepticons. So I think this is a piece of that. It is.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I mean, if there's nothing else to talk about that week, we might end up having to go see this. I think it'll be a fun romp. So,
I wonder if I can borrow my neighbor's kids to go there. So, I don't
borrow my neighbor's kids. That does not sound like a great thing.
No. All right, let's move on.
If one of my neighbors came over and said, "Hey, Don, can I borrow your kids for a while?" I'd say, "Leave now."
I need to bring them to the bar so I can pick up with.
I got some things need to be done. Don't ask for details, but can I just borrow your children?
Thanks for watching this clip from the Superhero Speak podcast. And don't forget to watch us live every Sunday night right here on this channel.
While you're here, hit the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications so you won't miss out on any of our great upcoming content.
Speaking of content, don't forget to check out our website, superheroespeak.com, where you can find the podcast, links to our social media, merch, comic reviews, and so much more. That's superheroespeak.com.
Thanks for watching, and don't let your cape be caught in the door. See you next time.